fantastic demos this year in Next Fest on Steam. Whilst the exact number of participating indie games hasn't been officially disclosed, the event featured hundreds of titles, providing us with a rich selection of upcoming indie games to explore. So choosing 5 indie games was not going to be easy. How was I going to achieve this? A game needs to grab my attention, keep me engaged despite my short attention span, and offer some kind of underlying story or puzzle element. As I scrolled through Next Fest, a massive celebration of upcoming games featuring thousands of demos, I explored and dabbled in quite a few. And after diving into many intriguing titles, I finally narrowed it down to my top 5 most anticipated indie games of the year. It wasn't an easy choice, as so many caught my eye, but these 5 stood out, excited me and left me wanting more. So let's eagerly dive in and let me show you my 5 top hidden indie gems for 2025. The first game on my list is Dragon Song Tavern, Cosy and Adventurous, a charming JRPG farming sim developed and published by Adventurous Games Limited. This enchanting game follows the story of 2 adventurous siblings, Gracie, a fearless warrior, and a brother, Elio, a talented bard. After Gracie impulsively purchased a seaside tavern in a bustling coastal trading town, the siblings stumble upon an adorable dragon and decide to run the tavern together, forming friendships with the locals and fellow adventurers along the way. You can choose to play as Gracie, Elio, or create your own custom character with a variety of hairstyles and clothing options available. There's no shortage of things to do. You grow crops, fish, gather resources, and explore various maps with companions, venturing into dangerous areas to hunt for magical ingredients. One of the standout features for me was the turn-based combat, which added a nice strategic element and helped break up the daily cycle of farming, crafting, and harvesting. The game's visuals were vibrant, with adorable chibi-style character designs full of personality. While the story starts off simple, there's an intriguing layer of deeper lore that keeps you engaged and eager to recover more. I played the demo all the way through and thoroughly enjoyed it. With so many activities to keep you occupied, there's never a dull moment. While an official release date hasn't been confirmed yet, we're hoping to see it launch around April 2025, and I can't wait. The second game on my list is Solarpunk, an open-world survival game developed by Cyberwave. Set in a technological, advanced world of floating islands, this game lets you build, farm, craft, and explore, either solo or with friends in co-op mode. You can construct buildings, grow food, craft gadgets, and set off on adventures in your own customizable airship, soaring between distant islands in search of resources and new discoveries. Visually, Solarpunk is stunning, with cheerful stylized graphics that create a cozy and inviting atmosphere. The combination of soothing music and realistic sound effects enhances the immersion, while the dynamic weather and day-night cycle add a layer of realism. These environmental systems also play into the game's automation mechanics, like setting up an energy system to water your crops. I thoroughly enjoyed my time with the demo. Building was intuitive, thanks to the radial construction menu and a variety of parts to experiment with. Even though I only managed to build a simple hut, construction isn't exactly my forte. I was also relieved that I didn't experience motion sickness, which is something I usually worry about with first-person games. Exploring was straightforward, with everything I needed available on the starting island. However, what truly sets Solarpunk apart is the ability to fly. Piloting the airship to different islands was a bit of a learning curve for me, but after a few wobbly attempts, I got the hang of it. The sense of freedom and discovery was exhilarating, and I can't wait to see what else the game has to offer upon release. While there's no exact launch date yet, we do know it's expected sometime in 2025, and I'll be keeping a close eye on it. My third pick is Grimshire, a farming sim survival game developed and published by Acute Owl Studios. Set to release in the second quarter of this year, Grimshire shares some similarities with Stardew Valley, but with a darker twist. You play as a customizable, adorable animal who barely escapes the chaos that suddenly consumes your hometown overnight. Washed ashore in Grimshire, an isolated mountain village, you're taken in by the local healer and offered a new home. At first, life seems peaceful. You restore a cozy old farmhouse, tend to your fields, and settle into the unusual farming routine. Sound familiar? But don't be fooled. Beneath the surface, Grimshire has a chilling mystery. What exactly destroyed your hometown? And could the same fate be looming over Grimshire? The village is on edge, its residents coming together to prepare for the worst. This underlying tension sets Grimshire apart from traditional farming sims. While you can farm, tame and raise animals, befriend villagers, fish, mine and decorate your home, there's always a sense that something is coming and that you need to be ready. I love the eerie atmosphere and how the game keeps you invested in both the town and its community. The UI felt intuitive and well designed, making navigation smooth. Visually, the pixel art style combined with a muted colour palette perfectly captures the game's looming sense of dread. Grimshire may look like a cosy farming sim on the surface, but don't get too attached to the residents, because not everything is as it seems. Fourth game is Wanderstop, a cosy adventure farming sim developed by Ivy Road and set to release on March the 11th. This game quickly became one of my most anticipated titles. You play as Alta, a fallen fighter on an emotional journey. After collapsing, she is rescued by Bora, the owner of a whimsical tea shop. And yes, being from Yorkshire in the UK, the tea shop setting instantly sold the game for me. Who doesn't love a good brew? Alongside Bora, you help manage the shop, nestled within a magical forest, growing and harvesting ingredients for unique tea blends, brewed in a rather unusual contraption. Definitely not a teapot. As travellers pass through, you learn their stories and craft their perfect tea. Though the demo didn't include serving customers, unfortunately. I suppose we'll have to wait for the full release. Alta, however, approaches tea making with reluctance, still haunted by her past and personal demons. This made for quite an emotional roller coaster, at times thought-provoking, and I found myself growing quite attached to her journey. I enjoyed the demo so much that I even played it twice. The visuals were stunning, with soft pastel tones that enhanced the game's serene and cosy ambience. The soundtrack, composed by Daniel Rosenfield, famed for Minecraft, was immersive, blending ambient soundscapes with melodic themes to create a deep sense of tranquility. I love the tea making process with its unique contraption, and the crop planting mechanic added an unexpected puzzle element that set the game apart. March the 11th can't come soon enough. And finally we come to Mashina, a strategic sandbox simulation game developed and published by Tala and Jack Co., J.K. Spooner and Tala Kaya, set for release in 2025, and this game is truly a hidden gem. The demo may be short, only about 30 minutes, but wow, was it fun. The premise is simply yet charming. You play as Mashina, a friendly mining robot tasked with collecting minerals to help repair, build and nurture her quirky robot community. Gameplay is split into two distinct sections, a deep, mysterious underground full of minerals and odd trinkets, and a vibrant, fully explorable 3D overworld where you meet the locals, take on missions, upgrade your gear and explore. One of the standout features for me was the fully voiced acted robots, each with their own distinct personality. Digging through the mines was a blast, letting you carve your own path in search of hidden minerals and treasures. Each inventory management was a fun little puzzle, as you had to efficiently store materials in your backpack. Though upgrading your tools over time made excavation even smoother. The game oozed retro charm, from its synth-driven soundtrack to its beautifully handcrafted art style. Every asset is made from real materials and brought to life using traditional stop-motion animation, giving it a truly unique and nostalgic feel. The animations kind of reminded me of Morph, which definitely showed my age. It's clear that so much love has been poured into this game, and even in just 30 minutes I had an absolute blast. I can't wait for the full release. And those are my top 5 indie games for this year's Next Fest demos. But boy, what a selection of great games out there. Each of these games I felt offered their own uniqueness for the gaming community, either from fighting monsters whilst managing a tavern, flying in an airship exploring the world whilst building your home in an ecological friendly environment, saving a village from incoming doom, brewing a tea while fighting your feelings, or my favourite of all, digging a hole in a whimsical retro handmade world. I would love to hear your thoughts about these featured games and what other games you may have come across in Next Fest. Another game I have played recently is Bathhouse Creatures, a fun time management game where you run a bathhouse with cute animals. If this interests you, then watch my video shown here. And thank you for watching, and catch you later.